Thank you, everyone, and good morning. Very good morning to you all. I'm Amit Mangwani. I'm from Intel, and I manage the retail marketing for Asia Pacific in Japan. I'm pretty excited to be here this morning, and I'm going to spend another 30 minutes or so talking about what's happening in this retail world, how our retail has evolved over decades, and how big and important brands in retail are trying to change the way they have interacted with customers over time. So before I dive into that, let me get into how big is this retail sector for us, how globally big it is. Global retail sector is going to be $28 trillion US dollars by 2019. And out of which 30% almost comes from APJ. And you guys know that it is almost the 31% of the world's GDP. The retail sector is so large and important. And as everybody knows right now that the internet banking or the online retailing is becoming big. It's already 9% of the business. And it's predicted to be 15% going forward. And since my friends were talking about the mobile shopping is already 44% of the internet or the online shopping, and it's predicted to be 55%. It's really big business right now. So let's see how this evolved over a period of time. When the retail was beginning in 1940s or 50s, we used to consider retail as the corner house, the neighborhood shop. And it has moved from single channel to multi-channel to omni-channel now. From a physical presence or physical space to a digital presence at this moment. And the big transformation started when the e-commerce started somewhere in 2005. Now we are in the era where we are talking about mobile shopping, social media shopping, how the personalization will become, how people will want to collect their devices after clicking it online. The retail space have actually transformed in a big way. Yes, this is exactly what's happening. People go to the showroom and buy online many a times. One of my friends who owns a couple of shoe showrooms actually told me once that his showrooms have become trial rooms. People come there to try on the shoes, take the picture, note the product code, and go online and buy. And we need to change that, of course. And I'm going to talk about that, how the customer engagement is changing and how this omni-channel strategy is important. So let's look at or talk about these few big brands. Nike, Lego, L'Oreal, and Domino's. They are leaders in their field. And what Nike did recently was that they opened a 55,000 square feet shop in New York. It has 5 floors. And apart from giving the digital immersive experience, they created actually a basketball court, a small football field. They kept treadmills for people to feel or experience the shoes before they buy, how the shoes will feel actually in the field when they play. Lego is using the augmented reality, which Mike was talking about. And this is done with Intel. Lego deals with small bricks. They wanted to give kids the experience how the toy will actually emerge. So they're using the augmented reality, showing that how the bricks will form into a truck or a spaceship. L'Oreal created a makeup genius because they wanted their customers to try their makeup without actually physically trying them. This is one of the most popular apps, 10 million downloads and 60 million trials on the makeup. And Domino's is actually doing a lot of things, but what they did was to make ordering easy. They were the first one where they said, oh, you can order a pizza with a tweet and an emoji. Let's look at how they're doing it. All these big brands are trying to find new ways of engaging their customers, whether it's through customer experience or making the buying process easy, or giving them the experience through a technology now. Technology has actually played a very important role in terms of how this retail is evolving or transforming. In my mind, there are 3 big drivers which are driving this retail transformation. And the first one is that the power has shifted. Power has shifted from the retailer's hand to the consumer's hand. Now today's consumer has voice, and a powerful one. They have access to blogs. They have access to all the social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Gone are the days where a bad shopping experience would be limited to a set of friends and family. Now a bad shopping experience goes online and reaches millions of the people. There have been instances in past where companies had to change their policy because of a small tweet or a Facebook post. It's that powerful, and it's an important thing for all of us here, whether as a retailer or as a brand, to look for and pay attention to this. The other thing is obsolescence of channel thinking. Today's consumer, the millennials, don't think in the form of channel, that I want to go and buy in a physical store, or I want to go and look this online first. Their loyalties are no longer limited to a retailer or a brand. Their loyalties are for service, convenience, product availability, value for money. And this is what they pay for. This is what they talk about on their social medias and online pages. It's an important thing that we talk about it and keep it as a part of our retail strategy. And I think Mike slightly touched upon this, is the growing volume of the retail data. It's a very important part. The data is the new oil. Somebody said the data is the new oil. It is basically gives you the power of knowing how your customer wants to be treated. Data of a retailer, some smart retailers are actually using this data to improve their stocks and inventories, how their operations should be, or how they should be driving traffic either to their physical store or to their online stores. They can do a targeted users, customized content kind of thing if you notice in terms of what you can do with data. So these are three important drivers which are driving this change in retail environment today. So this is an important part of my presentation. So what is going to be the next paradigm? What could be the next paradigm? And what are the important factors of that? Omni-channel to omni experience now. All of you would hear this terminology a lot these days. And today also I saw in the agenda there are a couple of people who are talking about this omni-channel. So what is omni-channel? The customers are basically expecting a very simple thing. They want a consistent experience across channel. If they are going online or going on a mobile web or going on an application or going on a social media or going on a physical store, they want consistency, they want similar experience, and they want it connected. That's omni-channel and omni-experience. Let's see what's happening in this field. Let me take you an example of a brand called Oasis. Not many of you may have heard this brand, but this is a UK-based fashion brand, high street brand. Now they decided to adopt a strategy of omni-channel, and they used a very simplistic approach. A couple of steps, and they got it right. There's lots to learn from them. Number one, they created a simple web page with all the product information in a most simplistic way with very beautiful photographs. They post their product pictures on Instagram every day with the product code so that the search, people who wants to search is easier. Third, they gave iPads which were connected with the latest stock information, inventory information to all their salespeople on the shop floor. Now if I'm going and I want to buy a suit, if I don't know whether that color that I'm looking for or the size that I'm looking for is available or not, but the shop floor salesperson can tell me right then. And if it is not available, it's connected. I can buy online that moment itself, and it will be delivered at my home. Those iPads not only helped in terms of the stock information or ordering, but also payment. No need to stand in queues. Wherever you are on the shop floor, you can pay. Simple, powerful. But they did one more thing, which was the reverse of this. So if somebody is shopping online and their stock is out, it's out of stock, that product, you can press a button called Seek and Send. which basically meant that, okay, this is out of stock online, now we will go and find for you this product all across our stores, and if we find one, we'll send it to your home, which completed the entire omni-channel cycle. Let's look at how they did it. This is a small video for you. 72% of the digital shoppers consider in-store experience as one of the most important driving factors to the store. It is a very important factor how you treat your customer and what kind of experience we provide into the store. Coming to the second topic, retailment. Yes, it's a fusion of retail and entertainment. It is about making the in-store experience entertaining, engaging, and encouraging the shoppers to come out of their online browsing and come to the store. And for that, we need to do a couple of things. We need to do the product enhancement. There is a use of technology in it. And of course, the sound, ambience, emotions, and the kind of activities that we create inside the store is important. Now, the picture that you see on the slide is from a company called North Face. They are into winter wears or the extreme sports. What they did in Korea was when the customer came into the store, they actually slowly started removing the floor from their feet, which forced the customers to actually climb the wall. And then from the roof, their favorite jacket came in, for which they had to jump and grab that jacket to buy. Now, for the activity lovers, it was a delightful thing. But today I'm going to talk about another example, which I'll show, which is one of my favorites. IKEA is one of very popular furniture brand across the world. I'm sure a lot of you would have heard about it or experienced how IKEA works. Now, IKEA did a research with 3,000 people and found that people spend only or less than 10 minutes while choosing their mattresses. Now, all of us spend close to 1/3 of our life on the mattresses, but people spend only 10 minutes, which is less than time spent to buy a luggage, which worried them. So they created a Facebook group, which was called, I Want to Have Sleepover at IKEA. 100,000 people joined. IKEA had a lot of fans, so it was not difficult to get 100,000 people on that Facebook group. Then they created a contest to choose 100 people to come and actually have a sleepover in the store. And they created a delightful experience for their customers by giving them coffees, donuts, massages, nail arts, and getting a celebrity to actually tell a story. Now, this was an amazing PR stunt, but also they got their customers to try their product for more than 10 minutes, actually for the whole night. They tried the linens, mattresses, and were very happy about it. Isn't it amazing? I feel this is one of the best ways to convert your fans to real advocates in the market. Great examples. And in such examples where retailers were able to create some unique experience, engaging experience, sales have gone up to 40%. The Lego example that you saw, it was done with Intel. And we saw in that store the sales went up significantly, close to 50%. And it is not that we have to do something very drastic. Now, for example, the IT retailers here, IT or consumer durables, you can easily create, or we are also encouraging our retailers to create some kind of a unique experience with virtual reality. Virtual reality is getting popular. We have Oculus, we have Vive, we have virtual reality glasses. We are encouraging our retailers to create gaming zones, because gaming attracts people, gaming attracts kids. And once you have virtual reality, which is the new technology, it creates a lot of walk-ins. It's a simple thing, and my point here is that you can do a lot of simple things to get the customer entertained and give them the unique experience that they are looking for. Personalization. See, today's savviest retailers are taking advantages of the latest technologies. We were talking about that. Machine learning, artificial intelligence, and data analytics. Now, what is personalization? Personalization is very simple. The first thing of personalization is that all of us like that somebody knows us and address us by first name. That's why we always wanted, or we go to still that corner shop, because that guy knows us. He will say, hello, Mr. Amit, how are you doing? And I'll feel nice. Okay, I'm required, or I'm privileged here. That is personalization. Or in newer terms, what is a personalization? Basically, targeting users, the targeted users, with a content tailored to their preference. And use of technology such as Bluetooth beacons, which Anurat a little bit talked about, to give them the offers, discounts, reward points, or the information. As simple as that. That's about it. But it requires these technologies that I talked about. Data analytics, you need to know your customers, what their purchase history has been, what their interest levels are, what they are putting into the cart, and how do we encourage them to actually buy. And that's where the personalization plays a very important role. It saves a lot of cost, it saves a lot of marketing cost and addressing a very broad user base, and here you just can go and target those customers. Now the example that I want to show here is about Macy's. Macy's is, again, very renowned departmental store of US. They are anyway a very big name in themselves, but they are adopting these technologies pretty quickly to engage their customers. Let's see how they have adopted this shop-click beacon technology and what is that technology able to give them. It's very natural, guys. If you're walking past Bandra and there is a store, let's say some famous Reliance or Chroma, and they send you a promo code or a discounted offer, you will probably think about walking in. Or if they remind you that you had put this particular piece online in your cart, and since you are near the store, why don't you just pick it up because we have that in store for you. It's a beautiful thing because you think that somebody is looking into what you need, what you want to buy. And 75% of shoppers would be likely to buy in store if provided with personalized offers and promotion. And that's the stats. That's what I'm talking about. To the next, this is simple, easy. Everyone will believe in that. Easy buy, easy pay. Now this is talking about the frictionless payment system. There's lots happening on this. It's not something amazingly new. In Singapore, you can go and just wave your card, Visa Wave Pay. You can just tap card, go out. You don't have to wait to insert a PIN and wait for it. There is a statistics which talks about that there are 68% of the people leave their shopping carts abandoned at the checkout. Why do you think that's happening? Because some of us ask too much information online. We've asked them to fill in name, email address, phone number, put their card again, put CVV. It takes like 10 minutes. But the new generation of retailers are adopting one-click shop, one-click buy. That's what they need. How many of you go grocery shopping, pick up 5 stuff, and then you see the queue, which is probably way long, and then you just chuck your basket and go out? I have done it multiple times. Because I think, okay, I have 5 items in my basket. I don't want to stand half an hour for people to get through this line. It's a very important part how easy we make our customers to buy and shop and pay. Now in this, Amazon is doing some innovative technology experiment right now. It's called Amazon Go, and it's just walk in, swipe your badge like you walk into your offices, pick up the stuff that you like, and just walk out. Isn't it amazing that you don't have to wait? Actually you can just get rid of all the registered and the cashiers and all those annoying queues. And I think it's a very important feature that one of us or all of us as retailers and brands should look at. So this is what I was talking about. 68% shopping carts are abandoned mid-checkout. And 44% of the market would prefer to pay via mobile. So Apple Pay kind of things. Those are becoming popular. In mature markets, Apple Pay and other such PayPal kind of things, just where you can show your mobile and walk out, is becoming popular. It's needed to be adopted in emerging markets as well. So in a nutshell, what I'm trying to say is, guys, we have to go beyond the physical boundaries of retail. We have to step out of the location, automation, transaction kind of thing. We have to go up to the level of personalization and provide that unique customer engagements and experiences. That's what the future of retail will be. Retail element, according to me, is going to be a center of a lot of experiences. We need to give some kind of an activity. The reason for the retail or the shoppers who are shopping online all the time to come to the store and experience the product. Primarily that, and with that I've closed my presentation, so thank you. I can be contacted at Twitter handle and .com.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Sir, just you gave the example of Amazon Go. You have to just go to the store, take an item and go just by tapping. So I think it will lead to unemployment of, so what about that?
See, whenever the technology comes, it's always lead to something or the other. The advantage is that the consumers will have the experience that they are looking for. It may probably remove those cash registers that I was talking about, which will probably not there, that human touch will not be there. But these technologies will create more employment. So the skill sets that people have now may not be required in future. So one of the gentlemen as author mentioned that people have to look for the skills or the work that robots in future can't do if they want their job. So the simple things that one needs to be done, or it's in a very regular fashion, those are the things that robots will be able to do in future with artificial intelligence. We are talking at Intel, we are talking about autonomous driving cars. Everybody, I'm sure, would have heard about it. We have so much going on in that. Drivers will probably lose their job, but there will be more jobs which will be created in other fields. So one has to look for the newer skill sets, update your skill sets are required. That's what I can say right now. Thank you guys. Thanks once again.